What if I told you that some of the biggest R&B stars are known not just for their hit songs, but also for major scandals? From Chris Brown's violent incidents to Lisa Lopes' arson charge, these artists have faced serious accusations that shook their careers and shocked their fans. Here are 15 R&B stars who have been involved in serious crimes, showing that fame often comes with a dark side. Chris Brown. Chris Brown's career has been overshadowed by a series of legal issues and controversies, with the most well-known incident occurring in 2009 when he had a violent altercation with his then-girlfriend, Rihanna. Following an argument, he physically harmed her, leading to injuries that required medical attention. Brown later pleaded guilty to felony assault and criminal threats, accepting a plea deal that included community labor, 5 years of probation, and domestic violence counseling. This incident significantly damaged his public image and led to legal consequences, including being denied a UK visa in 2010 due to concerns over public safety. However, Brown's history of physical altercations extended beyond this case. In 2013, he was arrested for assault in Washington, D.C. after an incident outside a hotel. This violated his probation from the Rihanna case, resulting in him spending over 2 months in custody. During this time, there were additional reports of concerning behavior, including an incident where he allegedly threw a brick at his mother's car following an anger management session. These events suggested ongoing struggles with managing anger, despite court-ordered counseling. Brown has also faced accusations of misconduct. In 2020, a woman identified as Jane Doe accused him of assaulting her on Sean Diddy Combs' yacht, claiming she was drugged beforehand. She reported feeling disoriented and unsteady after consuming drinks provided by Brown. His legal team denied the claims, but the case added to a series of past allegations. In response to these accusations and others discussed in the documentary Chris Brown, A History of Violence, Brown filed a $500 million lawsuit against Warner Brothers, arguing that he was being falsely portrayed in a damaging way. In addition to personal disputes, Brown has been involved in public altercations. In 2017, he was accused of getting into a physical conflict with a nightclub photographer, adding to concerns about his behavior. More recently, in July 2024, 4 concert-goers alleged that Brown and his entourage assaulted them backstage after a performance. The victims filed a $50 million lawsuit against Brown and Live Nation, though representatives for both declined to comment on the matter. There have also been legal issues involving weapons. In one notable case, he was arrested after allegedly pointing a gun at a woman's face during an incident at his Los Angeles home. This situation raised further concerns about his actions and their potential impact on those around him. Despite these repeated controversies, Brown has often maintained his innocence or minimized the severity of the accusations against him. Mystical. Mystical, born Michael Lawrence Tyler, has faced serious legal troubles over the years. His first major case was in 2003 when he admitted to wrongdoing involving his hairstylist. He forced her to do something against her will by threatening to report her for allegedly taking $80,000. 2 of his bodyguards were also involved. As a result, he was sentenced to 6 years in prison and was required to register as an offender for life after his release in 2010. This case was the beginning of a pattern of legal issues for him. In 2017, Mystikal was charged with a serious crime related to an alleged attack in Louisiana. After a warrant was issued, he turned himself in and spent 18 months in jail before being released on a $3 million bond. However, the case was later dropped because there wasn't enough evidence. Even though his legal team was able to clear him, the case added to his history of troubling accusations. The most recent case happened in July 2022 when Mystikal was arrested on multiple charges, including physical harm, holding someone against their will, and property damage. The incident took place at his home in Prairieville, Louisiana, where he reportedly hurt a woman during a fight over money. The woman, who was said to be in a long-term relationship with him, claimed he accused her of stealing $100 and then attacked her. Reports say he hit her, pulled her hair, and stopped her from leaving by taking her phone and keys. She also stated that he switched between being aggressive and apologetic, even praying with her and using rubbing alcohol in a ritual-like manner. Evidence from the scene, such as clumps of hair and a broken fingernail, matched her story. Afterward, police found drugs in his home, leading to additional charges for possessing illegal substances. Mystical has also been involved in other cases of violence. In 2012, he spent 3 months in jail for an incident involving a domestic partner. These repeated legal troubles suggest a long history of concerning behavior toward women. Although he has continued to claim innocence in recent cases, his legal problems have overshadowed his career as a Grammy-nominated rapper. CeeLo Green. In 2012, CeeLo Green, born Thomas DeCarlo Calloway, was accused of inappropriate behavior after a woman claimed he gave her a substance without her knowledge during a dinner in Los Angeles. She later said she woke up without any memory of agreeing to anything and found herself in bed with him. Green denied any wrongdoing but eventually pleaded no contest to a charge related to giving someone an illegal substance. As a result, he was sentenced to 3 years of probation and 45 days of community service. However, there wasn't enough evidence to proceed with the more serious accusation, so those charges were dropped. Green's situation worsened when he made controversial comments about consent while the case was still being discussed. On social media, he suggested that someone who is unconscious cannot be taken advantage of because they are unaware of what is happening. Many people found his remarks offensive and harmful, leading to strong criticism. This backlash affected his public image, and his reality TV show, CeeLo Green's The Good Life, was canceled shortly after airing. Beyond this case, Green's words and actions have raised concerns about his views on respect and responsibility. Although he later apologized and tried to explain his comments, his reputation was significantly affected. Lisa Left Eye Lopes. Lisa Left Eye Lopes, a beloved member of the R&B group TLC, faced legal troubles during her life, with the most serious being a felony arson charge in 1994. This happened after she set fire to the $1.3 million home of her then-boyfriend, NFL player Andre Rison, in Alpharetta, Georgia. The incident followed a heated argument between the two, which reportedly started when Lopes confronted Rison about staying out all night. Witnesses and Rison himself described the situation as intense, with Lopes allegedly hitting him before he slapped her in response, trying to calm things down. After the argument, Lopes set fire to his sneakers in a bathtub, but the flames spread, destroying the entire house. Their relationship had been stormy for years, with past reports of conflict. In 1993, Rison was accused of hurting Lopes in a grocery store parking lot, where he allegedly hit her and fired a gun at the building. Though the charges against him were dropped, the incident showed how unstable their relationship was. Lopes was also arrested at the time for allegedly attacking a police officer. Many described their connection as passionate but also volatile, with both playing a role in their difficulties. After turning herself in for the arson case, Lopes was released on bond and chose to enter rehab. She was later sentenced to 5 years of probation, a $10,000 fine, and required to live in a halfway house. Despite everything, Rison forgave her and even supported her in court. Reports suggest they continued their relationship afterward and even considered marriage. The case also led to another legal issue when police found substances in the remains of the burned home, resulting in a minor drug charge against Lopes. Beyond her legal troubles, Lopes struggled with anger and emotional challenges, which she linked to her difficult childhood. In interviews, she described her upbringing as strict, saying her father often disciplined her harshly for mistakes. These experiences likely shaped her strong and sometimes impulsive personality. Despite the controversies, Lisa Left Eye Lopes left a lasting impact on music. As a key member of TLC, she helped shape the group's success with hits like Waterfalls and No Scrubs, making them one of the best-selling female acts of all time. Trey Songz. Trey Songz' career has been affected by multiple accusations over the years, including claims of inappropriate behavior and violence. Some of the most serious allegations involve incidents where women have said they were harmed or taken advantage of while in vulnerable situations. One of the most publicized accusations came from Dylan Gonzalez, a former University of Las Vegas basketball player who claimed that Songz assaulted her in a Las Vegas hotel. She said the experience caused her deep emotional distress and urged other survivors to speak out. While Songz' representatives did not respond to her statement, it added to the growing number of claims against him. Another case from 2015 involved two women who said Songz assaulted them at a house party in California. They alleged that he pressured them into drinking from bottles that had already been opened and later woke up to find him behaving inappropriately. The lawsuit also mentioned that Songz acted aggressively when guests refused to participate in certain activities at the party. In addition to these accusations, Songz has faced legal trouble for physical altercations. In 2021, during his 37th birthday celebration in Las Vegas, he was involved in an incident with Tyrell Dunn, a Maryland police officer. Dunn said he was trying to help his wife, who was reportedly unable to leave Songz' room and was calling for help. The situation turned violent, and Dunn suffered serious facial injuries. While no criminal charges were filed, a civil court ordered Songz to pay $11 million in damages. Other accusations include a claim by Andrea Buera in 2018, who said Songz hit her during an NBA All-Star Weekend party in Hollywood Hills. She sought medical care for her injuries and filed for a restraining order, though Songz denied any wrongdoing, saying the claims were false. A woman referred to as Jane Doe also accused Songz of assault at a party in 2016. She initially did not report all the details out of fear, but later filed a lawsuit against him. Actress Keke Palmer also spoke out in 2017, saying Songz pressured her into appearing in a music video without her permission. These allegations suggest a pattern of concerning behavior over the years. While some cases resulted in lawsuits and settlements, others were dropped or dismissed due to legal technicalities. However, the repeated accusations have raised serious concerns about Songz' actions and impact on those involved. James Brown. James Brown, known as the Godfather of Soul, was a legendary musician whose influence on music was groundbreaking. However, his life was also filled with legal troubles and personal struggles. One of the most well-known incidents happened in 1988 when Brown was involved in a high-speed police chase across state lines. It started after he reportedly entered an insurance office with a shotgun, upset about people using his restroom. During the chase, Brown tried to drive into police cars, leading officers to fire at his truck and eventually stop it by shooting the tires. He was arrested and sentenced to 6 years in prison for reckless driving, not following police orders, and having a weapon in a public place. Brown later said his unusual behavior was due to medication he was taking after jaw surgery. But the incident also pointed to his struggles with substance use and mental health challenges. Issues in Brown's personal relationships also led to legal trouble. In 1995, he was arrested after his third wife, Adrienne Brown, called 911, saying he had hurt her. This was not the first time such accusations were made. In 1988, she had claimed he fired a gun into her car and hit her, though she later withdrew the charges. In 1994, she also reported that he had pushed her during an argument. Despite these repeated accusations, many of the cases were either dropped or did not lead to major legal consequences. Brown also faced legal issues related to drugs and firearms. In 1998, he was charged with having illegal substances and a gun shortly after leaving treatment for addiction. He said he used substances for medical reasons, but denied any criminal wrongdoing. His history of substance use had already contributed to his unpredictable behavior and legal problems over the years. Earlier, he had served 3 years of a 6-year sentence related to the 1988 police chase. Beyond criminal charges, Brown also faced civil lawsuits. In one case in 2002, a jury ordered him to pay $40,000 in unpaid wages to a former employee, Lisa Ross Agbalaya, who had accused him of inappropriate workplace behavior and wrongful termination. While the jury did not find him guilty of harassment, the case still affected his public image. Even after his passing in 2006, questions remained about his final days. A CNN investigation reported that more than a dozen people wondered if his death from heart failure was natural or if something else was involved. Dr. Marvin Crawford, the doctor who treated him before he passed, also raised concerns about how quickly his health declined. Similar suspicions were raised about Adrienne Brown's death years earlier, with some questioning if there was more to the story. Bobby Brown. One of Bobby Brown's earliest legal troubles happened in 1989 when he was arrested in Columbus, Georgia, for violating a local public conduct law during a concert. He reportedly brought a woman from the audience on stage and performed a dance routine that some found inappropriate. Brown denied any wrongdoing, saying he was just entertaining the crowd, but he was taken to jail and later released on a $600 bond. This incident drew attention to his bold stage presence and raised concerns about his performance choices. In the 1990s, Brown's struggles with substance use became more noticeable, leading to several arrests for driving under the influence, DUI. In 1996, he was convicted of DUI in DeKalb County, Georgia, and later violated his probation multiple times. By 2000, he had served 26 days in a Florida jail after failing to take a required drug test. His probation officer reported that a test had detected a substance in his system, making his legal situation more complicated. These challenges reflected his ongoing battle with addiction and difficulty following court rules. Brown also faced legal trouble for reckless behavior. In one well-known incident, he crashed Whitney Houston's sports car into a condominium sign while under the influence, bringing more public scrutiny. His unpredictable actions led to frequent conflicts with the law and multiple arrests. In 2003, Brown pleaded guilty to a DUI charge from 1996 and was sentenced to 8 days in jail, 2 years of probation, 240 hours of community service, and mandatory counseling. The judge criticized him for ignoring legal restrictions, especially after he left Georgia to perform at the American Music Awards while out on bond. His legal issues also included drug-related offenses. In 2003, he was arrested in Atlanta for having a small amount of substance while speeding without a driver's license or proof of insurance. This added to his record of traffic violations and concerns about his driving habits. Despite these charges, Brown often avoided serious punishment by posting bail or making plea deals. Even in later years, Brown continued to face legal issues related to substance use. In 2018, he pleaded no contest to DUI charges after being pulled over in Van Nuys, California. Police reported that he smelled of alcohol and did not pass field sobriety tests, with a blood alcohol level of 0.12, which was above the legal limit. As a result, he had to complete a 90-day alcohol rehabilitation program and serve 3 years of probation. Although Brown is known for hit songs like My Prerogative and Every Little Step, his frequent legal troubles have shown the challenges he faced in his personal life. If you are enjoying this video, appreciate it by giving it a thumbs up. And if you have not subscribed, what are you waiting for? Hit that subscribe button. Lauryn Hill. Lauryn Hill's legal issues started in 2012 when she admitted to not paying federal taxes on the $1.8 million she earned between 2005 and 2007. She explained that during this time, she had stepped away from the public eye to focus on her family and shield them from what she saw as a difficult and unfair system. However, the court still ruled that her actions broke the law, leading to serious legal consequences. In 2013, Hill was sentenced to 3 months in prison, followed by 3 months of home confinement and a year of supervised release. During her sentencing, she said she had always planned to pay her taxes, but faced financial difficulties after leaving the music industry. She also spoke about the pressures of fame and how the business side of music had made it harder for her to stay true to herself and support her family. Even though she repaid nearly $1 million before her sentencing, the court criticized her for not addressing her tax debts sooner. More recently, in 2024, Hill was accused of financial mismanagement when Pras Michel, a fellow member of the Fugees, filed a lawsuit against her. He claimed that she mishandled the budgeting and promotion of their reunion tour, leading to its failure and cancellation. The lawsuit also included claims of broken agreements and dishonesty, adding to her legal troubles. Despite these challenges, Lauryn Hill remains a legendary artist, known for her influential solo album, The Miseducation of Lauryn Hill, and her role in the Fugees. The Dream. One of the most serious claims against The Dream surfaced in 2024 when Chanaz Mangro, a former artist performing under the name Chane Monroe, filed a federal lawsuit in Los Angeles. She alleged that The Dream misled her with promises of music career opportunities and visa sponsorship, but instead put her in a controlling and harmful situation. She claimed he subjected her to mistreatment, including physical and emotional harm. According to court documents, Mangro described incidents where she was confined in dark rooms near recording studios and experienced distressing encounters. She also alleged that he pressured her into inappropriate public situations and often acted aggressively toward her. Mangro further claimed that The Dream recorded their private moments without her consent and used these recordings to intimidate her. She accused him of controlling many aspects of her life, such as housing, transportation, and finances, and monitoring her movements. Additionally, she alleged that he encouraged excessive substance consumption and disregarded her personal health choices. Her lawsuit also named his record label Contra Paris LLC and Epic Records, suggesting they played a role in allowing his alleged actions to continue. This is not the first time The Dream has faced such allegations. In 2014, he was charged with assault-related offenses after an incident involving his then-pregnant girlfriend. However, the charges were later dropped due to a lack of sufficient evidence or prosecution. Mangro's lawsuit referenced these past accusations, portraying a pattern of concerning behavior. Beyond physical mistreatment, Mangro also accused The Dream of damaging her music career. She claimed he withheld her work without explanation and undermined her professional efforts, leaving her feeling trapped and afraid. Her lawyers compared her experiences to other cases involving powerful figures in the music industry taking advantage of aspiring artists. The Dream has denied all the allegations, with his representatives calling them untrue and defamatory. He has stated that he does not support any form of wrongdoing and remains dedicated to helping artists grow in their careers. Flavor Flav. Flavor Flav, whose real name is William Jonathan Drayton Jr., has also faced multiple legal issues over the years. One of the most serious incidents happened in October 2012 when he was arrested in Las Vegas for threatening someone with a knife during a family argument. He was initially charged with a felony, which could have led to prison time, but in 2014, he pleaded guilty to lesser charges of attempted battery. As part of his sentence, he served probation and attended counseling. This was not his first legal trouble related to conflicts in personal relationships. In 1991, he spent a month in jail for an incident involving his then-girlfriend. In 2021, he was arrested again in Henderson, Nevada, after an argument with a partner, during which he reportedly grabbed her and took away her phone. Aside from personal disputes, Flavor Flav has also had legal problems related to weapons and reckless behavior. In 1993, he served 3 months in prison after firing a gun during an argument with a neighbor in New York. He has also had multiple traffic-related offenses. In 2011, police in Las Vegas stopped him and found outstanding warrants for driving without insurance, parking violations, and driving without a license. In 2014, while driving to his mother's funeral in Long Island, he was arrested for speeding and driving with a suspended license. Police also found marijuana in his car at the time. Substance-related issues have occasionally contributed to his legal troubles. Some of his arrests involved small amounts of substance or driving under the influence, which sometimes delayed court cases. For example, his 2015 DUI arrest in Nevada. Rick James, one of the most well-known cases involving Rick James, happened in 1993 when he was found guilty of serious crimes against 2 women while struggling with addiction. In the first case, James and his then-girlfriend, Tanya Hijazi, kept a woman at their home in Hollywood Hills for several days, during which she was harmed and mistreated. This shocking event brought attention to his struggles with substance abuse and unpredictable behavior. Not long after, another woman came forward with a similar accusation. As a result, James was sentenced to 3 years in Folsom State Prison, though he was released on parole in 1996. His legal troubles, however, began long before this. In the 1960s, James left the U.S. Naval Reserve and moved to Toronto to avoid being sent to the Vietnam War. While there, he joined the rock band, the Mina Birds, and pursued music. However, military authorities eventually tracked him down, leading to his conviction for leaving his post without permission. He served a short jail sentence, marking the start of a series of legal problems that would follow him throughout his life. Alongside his legal troubles, James's addiction had a major impact on his actions. By the early 1990s, his substance use had spiraled out of control, leading to reckless behavior and violent incidents. His struggles with addiction not only resulted in criminal charges, but also took a toll on his health and career. In addition to serving time in prison, he was ordered to pay $2 million in a civil lawsuit related to one of the victims. Though he made several attempts at rehabilitation, staying sober remained a challenge. Financial difficulties added to his struggles. Despite earning millions at the height of his career, James faced numerous lawsuits over unpaid debts and business disagreements. These financial setbacks made it even harder for him to regain stability and rebuild his music career after prison. Even after his release, his health continued to decline due to years of substance abuse. In 1998, he suffered a mild stroke while performing on stage, forcing him to step back from music. Sadly, in 2004, he passed away at the age of 56 due to heart and lung failure. His life, though filled with musical achievements, was also marked by deep personal struggles that ultimately defined his legacy. Ike Turner. Ike Turner was a major figure in rock and roll and rhythm and blues.